everybody, and thank you for sitting through our little technical difficulty there. But we are now on track. You are watching the chat with Catholic Capes and Clones live. This is what we do every Thursday, unless we don't do it on Thursday. If you haven't already, we love it if you subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, do like this post. Thank you so much for coming. I see Pete and Allie in the chat, as well as William, the unknown cook. Thank you guys for coming. We are going to be talking about Disney Plus Day. We're going to be talking about Toontown and that Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. And if we have enough time, we'll talk also about the Turning Red trailer that also came out. Anyway, my name is Loren, and I'm here with my cousin and co-pilot, Rich, and our friend, Thom.
Hey.
Greetings. Hello.
How's it going?
Going all right.
Good.
I had both my flu shot and my booster shot today, so
You are
I'm
a trooper.
little loopy.
Yes. I don't blame you.
Not bad myself. It's been a while since I've been on here. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Someone's too good for us.
Well, we've got a lot of stuff to get through today, so let's go ahead and just jump into it. On what was it? Friday was
Yes.
Disney Plus Day. That was the second anniversary of Disney Plus, and they had released all kinds of things, and there were all kinds of announcements that came out, and so let's just go through all of it. So they released Jungle Cruise. I don't think we have to, unless anybody has something really big to talk about it. The movie's been out for a while, and now people are finally able to see it without being on Premiere Access.
Liked it.
Yes.
It's a
if
fun.
You haven't seen it,
It's a fun popcorn
watch
movie.
it.
It's a rip-roaring fun time. Okay, Home Sweet Home Alone. I did watch it. Did anybody else watch it?
I did not.
We had it. Where was I? Oh, had a Friendsgiving, and we kind of had it on the background for the kids to watch. I just remember going like, for a movie that's like Home Alone, there's a lot of people that are in his family that are there for a very long time before he's home alone.
Yeah.
I was like, when's he going to be alone? But I didn't watch it, so I don't know the thing. But I just remember going, we started it, and then like I turned to the TV at least, half an hour later, and I'm like, he's still not alone.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's not good. I'm just gonna. Sorry for anybody that enjoyed it. It totally sucked all of the charm from the original out of the movie. They basically tried to make it like the two people who are breaking into the house are not bad people, and that kind of not doesn't make the zany, violent slapstick comedy funny. It kind of makes it.
That's kind of like horrible.
Uncomfortable. Yeah, you're like, how? I'm like, oh my god, these poor people are trying to just get their doll back, and they're being assaulted by this kid who it really does not make a lot of sense.
So is it, from what it sounds like, so if the Wet Bandits, I can't remember it's like
Yeah,
Harvey
like
and
that.
Marv is what
Yeah,
who they were.
Harvey and
Yeah.
Marv, yeah.
If they were trying to break in, but they weren't like violent criminals, they were just like, oh my god, my daughter's lost puppies in there.
Mhm.
And then Macaulay
Kevin
Culkin
just slaughters them.
I know. That basically what it. It's like it just doesn't, it just made it really uncomfortable,
Yeah, like
and then at the end there's just this resolution that's like, what the heck? Does it even make any sense? There are just things that people are doing that don't make any sense. So I don't know. It's crazy.
yeah, I don't know.
All right. The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Also watch that.
I have not watched it yet because I want to have a time to sit down and watch it.
I mean, if you like the first season, you're gonna love the second.
I mean,
season.
it's Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, it's Jeff Goldblum.
I am so behind on my Disney Plus binging, except for the usual stuff like Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Have you not watched any of his stuff? His first season?
No, I haven't.
Oh my
no,
god!
I haven't.
You should at least just kind of watch one or two episodes. I mean, you don't have, you can always go back. But
Yeah.
You know, like watch one episode.
Watch the
It's just
sneaker
so
one.
funny. Yeah,
Because
the sneaker one.
it's a world we don't know,
Mhm.
and it's fascinating to see it through his eyes.
Or watch the role playing one.
Oh yeah. He does
Yeah,
he
the
does that one.
gamer.
Okay, I am now
Where he
intrigued.
goes-
I mean, I was intrigued before, but the sneaker one and then the role playing one, I'm like,
Where he goes
What?
LARPing.
What
and-
is-
He goes
What
LARPing.
why he goes LARPing?
Yes.
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 All right,
Yeah.
you know what? I might just watch one of those tonight.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's so great about his show is like I looked at the episodes that he has for the second season. I'm just like, they're random. Make no there's no cohesion of like, I'm gonna explore the world of the paranormal. Like, no, he's like, I'm gonna explore sneakers and ice cream and role playing and whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's basically he's like, I want to know more about this. Let's go do this. And it's Jeff Goldblum doing it with his Jeff Goldbluminess.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in.
Yeah. It's
There you
just
go.
it's a funny show.
Yeah.
And I hope that they continue to renew him.
Yeah.
So
Definitely. Was his because it's on Nat Geo, that section.
Yeah.
Was his first season on Nat Geo also? I thought it was okay.
yeah, they were all produced by National Geographic.
Right on.
All right,
Nice.
let's move on to Olaf Presents. Watched all of those.
So did I.
I thought they were hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's basically for anyone who's never seen it. When if you watch Frozen 2, and when Olaf is explaining the story of Frozen 1 in like 2 seconds, it's pretty much that when he's explaining like Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Lion King, Tangled. I can't remember the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, but they're all very short. It's like 3 minutes each. So
Yeah. If you saw the Frozen 2, where he does the whole story,
yeah.
It's just kind of funny. Allie and Pete, you will not be disappointed if you watch a Jeff Goldblum show. It's just he's so funny. So definitely.
But it's also like it's very informative. Like what he So it is like a documentary type show about these
Right.
different aspects of culture.
Yes.
But he has such a different kind of view on the world, or the way he approaches things, that it makes it, and like, not that like it's like enjoyable, but like it's enlightening, but also it's fascinating to watch this man see it the way
Yeah.
he sees it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's endearing, basically.
Yes. All right, so another one that I have watched many, many times now is Ciao Alberto, which tells the story of what happens after Luca, the Pixar film Luca. It's a short film, very sweet. I enjoy it. Um, you know, kind of makes you cry a little bit.
What? A Pixar
I know.
thing makes you cry?
I know.
All Pixar movies are just you're just sobbing uncontrollably,
Yeah.
pretty much the entirety of the time.
Yeah. It's just such a sweet. I guess I love Luca, and I felt like it was just a nice, sweet little follow up to the story without having taken away from the big film,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and adding, it adds to it.
Yes. Yeah, I watched it, and
Hmm.
I had the feels. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, the thing that stinks about 2020 is that I think Onward didn't get as much play as it needed to because of
Hmm.
that launched right at the beginning. Soul
Yeah.
didn't. Luca definitely didn't. I mean, I know things were starting to open by then, but it's still not the way it is right now. And also
Right.
Raya. I'm hoping that those movies find its audience
Me too.
In time, I
in
think they will.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. I really do too, because all of them are really great. I mean, even Soul, which is probably my least favorite of them all. I'm sorry, Rich. I know it's different for you, but
Yeah,
You and my
I
I
love
still
Soul.
sister.
love.
You
I
and my
still love
sister
it.
both.
Yeah, I mean, I still do love the film. And I have watched it a few times actually. So,
I mean, it's not my favorite Pixar that I've
mhm.
seen, so there's still a lot that I have to catch up on. As it's with me, there's a lot of things I need to catch up on. But I mean, there is some bias with Soul, considering who the composer was
Mm,
for the
mhm.
music. So,
AKA,
uh,
Tom was a big Trent Reznor fan,
yes, I am
Mm.
huge. So,
which I am, but I'm also a big John Baptiste fan.
yeah, he's. I mean, that's. It was one heck of a collaboration between them. And if you were to tell me, like 10 years ago, that Trent Reznor was gonna do, well, maybe not even 10, because 10 years ago he was already doing scoring.
Mhm.
But well, okay, yeah, even like 5 years ago, if you would have told me he's gonna do a score for a Disney film, I
Mhm.
wouldn't have believed you.
Wow.
You would never
And I
know.
think yeah, you never know. I know a lot of people felt the same way about Denny Elfman when he was still part of Oingo
Boingo
Boingo.
boingo.
Like
That's
they
right.
never
The
thought
guy from Oingo Boingo,
the guy from this
Yeah, I know.
lunatic is gonna be a mind blowing, amazing film composer.
the dude with
Right.
that weird
Yeah,
hair. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's funny. All right. So they also released a kind of like a little package called Pixar 2021 um, with Pete Docter, and I can't even remember what they showed in it. I don't think they were talking about new cars on the road.
Yeah.
They talked about that one a little bit about Turning Red,
Yeah.
and then there was another film at the end that I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember anymore. Like, I remember watching, going like, I like what's going on here.
Yeah,
But I think, I mean, like, this list of what happened on Disney Plus Day is so massive.
yeah. There was a lot of stuff.
Especially if you're a Disney and Marvel fan. If you're a Star Wars
Yeah,
fan, not so
it's a
much.
lot.
I know. I know.
But
I know.
yeah, it's basically was a look back at 2021, and then like hints at stuff in the future with
Hmm.
cute little skits.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was a good. It wasn't as good as the Marvel one, which we'll
Oh
talk
my
about
god, yeah, we'll get
in
there
a minute. But
in a good minute.
Yeah.
So the shorts, there were a bunch of shorts that they released. Frozen Fever, Paper Man, great film if you haven't seen that. Tangled Ever After, Feast, Get a Horse. Feast is if you love boxing terriers. Get a Horse, great
A
short.
Mickey short.
Yeah, Mickey short with horse collar. The Little Match Girl as well.
Now, I've gone on record on saying the Little Match Girl is the worst of the bunch because it's the most saddest thing ever, and I felt depressed when I watched it.
So, it's very
wait,
depressing.
so not sad in like a Pixar sad where there's like this uplifting feel.
No,
but like genuinely.
Like if you know the story of the Little Match Girl, it's sad, but like they didn't really Disneyfy it to where there's like, and here's the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's literally just like, it was traumatizing. It came out, I remember it came out with one of the Little Mermaid like special edition releases. And I remember watching it, and I watched it, and I was like depressed. And I told my sister, don't watch it. And then she watched it, of course, because I told her not to.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh my god, I want to cry for days."
Yeah.
But not in that Pixar way. It's just like, it's such a sad story that doesn't end with any kind of hope.
No.
I'm like, I literally go, "That's the ending?"
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I want to curl up in a blanket and like hide in my the darkest reaches of my soul.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I go to Disney for, I mean, yeah, like you get a good cry out of it.
Yeah.
But there's something, there's this hope, this uplifting thing.
They lived happily ever after is what we always kind of want.
Yeah, like
no.
Even
this one they're like, no. This one, no.
Like no, like even I mean, I feel like Up is a good example of like just cry your eyeballs out, but like at the end, like it's like, there's that message at the end of just, there is that glimmer there. So, and this is coming from me who likes the, like, like I have these two huge polarizing tastes in things. Like I love like music, for example. Like I love classical music and kind of like classic rock, but then I have this other taste in music that's really dark and potentially like a dark side pretty much. And the same thing goes for like movies and film. Like I love like a lot of my tastes where I'll just like watch something dark and kind of like depressing, but then at the same time, but at least when I'm watching one of those, I know what I'm getting into. But then when I watch a Disney film, I'm kind of expecting that a tearjerker, but not the same kind of tearjerker if I were to watch some of the other movies I watch.
Right.
So like, I feel like if I did see that, I would have been, it would have been a little different.
Yeah. Pete and Allie say, I remember Mary being super traumatizing when she watched it as a kid, asking us why we let her watch it.
Yes. You know what it's like? It's like watching what the Dementor feels like.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty
That's pretty much how I can explain it. When Ron is like, I just felt all the happiness come out. I'm like, that's what it is. It's the short, a Disney short version of a Dementor.
Yeah. All right, so there were a bunch of Disney things that are coming soon.
A lot.
Baymax, which is an exclamation point, which does not feature the Big Hero 6.
Yeah, because they already have one.
There's
already a show about them.
Yeah, but, it's just kind of like, I think it's going to be quick vignettes of him helping out other people. Cars on the Road, which is another attempt to bring back the Cars franchise.
I'm actually looking forward to that one.
Are you?
I am.
I'm just kind of like...
Are you? The way you asked that. Are you?
I like Cars.
Really?
I like Cars.
I like Cars. I like the first Cars. Like I actually like the first Cars movie, and I like the Mater tall tale things, but the second and the third movie was okay for me, but I don't know. I'm
My
I'm just
favorite
kind of
is
like
the
I'm
third
kind
one.
of you what
My favorite is the third one.
is it?
Yeah.
Well,
Now we need to watch these. I never saw any of them. The most I know about Cars is people.
You don't need to
weren't
watch
just
the second
crazy.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
the
watch the
most.
second one. The
Yeah,
second one is
the most I hear about Cars is what both of you are saying. Like I didn't really they're, but and then Cars Land at Disneyland. Like that's
I
the
mean, Cars
that's
Land is
Yeah.
yeah.
amazing.
I mean, Cars Land is incredible.
I think
Yeah.
because the reason like I'm looking for the Cars on the Road, it's not just like a Mater's Tale thing. It's basically two friends going on a car trip. I want to see what America looks like outside of Radiator Springs when they're going on a car trip.
Yeah, I guess. It'll be. I'd like to see what they do with it. I'd like to see what they do. So, I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it.
Hater.
I will.
Why do you hate cars in America?
I know exactly. All right, so then there is going to be a Tiana series, which takes place
After.
after the movie. Zootopia Plus, which I didn't see a lot about.
Yeah, I think I just saw like the title, right?
Yeah, just a
They didn't
title.
really show anything.
Same with Rescue Rangers.
Which
Wait, hang on, wait. There's a lot of things in here that I'm being caught up on, like right here, right now. Rescue Rangers, please enlighten me, because those two movies I grew up on, especially the second one.
Rescue Rangers is a live action version. Oh, Clipper and Kitten are here! Yay! I'm glad that you were able to join us live. So it is a live action version of the Rescue Rangers. Not much is known about it.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're gonna smurf it or if they're gonna
Alvin and Chipmunk it.
or what. So
I mean, I can only assume it'll be, CG, like live action. I mean, just like how like
No. I fully expect that they train two chipmunks, two mice, and a fly.
I hope so. Yeah, how to talk and everything.
yeah, they
One to wear clothes, two to talk.
right, exactly.
Yeah, like the only thing that worries me is the introduction of humans to their.
I know.
Because like the charm of the Disney afternoon shows where it's their world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'm hoping, because I love the Rescue Rangers,
Yeah.
and they better keep the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like and if they do, I mean, I hope they do, but they update it just enough, like just like what they did with
DuckTales.
Yes. Like I remember I got chills when I watched that first.
Yeah, because they didn't change it. Like it wasn't like a reimagining of it.
No, it was like they did it just right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. All right. Hocus Pocus 2. We got to see some pictures of Hocus Pocus 2.
They look good.
They
looking
look
forward to
good.
Like it looks like them. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago it was, but it just like
We're going back a ways.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they look good for being however many years later.
Right. Pinocchio movie coming out.
Which they didn't really show anything, right? It's just again like, hey, this is coming out.
It's a lot of this is just like we saw little bits and pieces, like Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. There was like a little teaser trailer for that. I'm not as big into the Ice Age films, so I'm not so
I
sure.
remember liking the first ones, but then I didn't watch like the 8 since then, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I found it interesting. They're playing up like Ice Age, Adventures of Buck Wild, and the Return of Simon Pegg. I'm like, Simon Pegg was in these.
Yeah.
I'm so confused by the Pinocchio movie. Like again, I'm catching up.
So Pinocchio is like their next one of their next live action.
Yeah.
Movies.
So this is not the Guillermo del Toro one. This is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Well, that's why I got confused, because I know Guillermo del Toro is making his own Pinocchio movie.
Yeah. Right.
So this is an additional one.
Yes.
So this is pretty much Disney. Another one of the Disney live action.
Tom Hanks is Geppetto.
Oh, okay.
I know that. I can't remember who else is in the movie. But I just want to go through some of the comments that are coming through.
Yeah.
So Clipper couldn't say that it sounds like Rescue Rangers is interesting. Not a big fan of change, but then again, they liked all the versions of Cinderella. I agree about Cinderella. Two Tiny Wings says, and don't do something like having Harry Styles sing with theme song. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
No one of that.
And then Clipper and Kitten said, will Hocus Pocus be the original cast? Yes, it will be.
Yeah.
The three have agreed to come back.
Yeah, and they showed a picture of them in their attire.
Go ahead and look.
Now.
Go ahead and look for it. You'll find it, and they look really great.
Have they announced anyone else returning? Is like Doug Jones? I feel like he's also in there.
I mean, I would imagine.
And then there's a rumor about Thora Birch, right?
Right.
Well, I don't think they ever confirmed.
No, she's been off the map for quite a while. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, at least she's been around more than the two others.
Yeah.
The two older ones that were in the movie.
I remember who they were.
You know, Vanessa Shaw and Omri Katz.
Right.
All right. So there is a Cheaper by the Dozen remake coming out.
Which would be like the 8th remake.
The what?
Be like the 8th remake.
Yeah, pretty much. Disenchanted, which I'm excited about. I just watched Enchanted again, and I'm telling you, Amy Adams is perfection in that movie. She's.
Are they all returning?
Like, I love her in that movie so much.
I'm trying to remember the ending. Are they all returning?
I believe so. I believe so. So, not exactly sure. But it'll be interesting to see who they have come as cameos, because they did have pretty much all of the princesses in the original one.
They're going to add the newer ones.
What do you say?
They're going to add newer ones.
Yeah, maybe Ali Carvalho and Anika Nani Rose. Maybe they'll be in there. Who knows? All right. Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, The Spiderwick Chronicles, and Sneakerella.
Speaking of Cinderella.
Which will, I guess, take place in the seedy world of sneakers.
Which, to circle back,
yes,
was an episode of Jeff Goldblum's show about sneakers and that world.
Prepare yourself by watching the Jeff Goldblum show.
Like, before that, I had no idea there was such a craze and, like, collector, like, you know, coming from Comic-Con world and whatever. Like, imagine that world, but, like, it's all sneakers.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. Shady deals and cons and all these kind of things. And people going crazy just for sneakers. Like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That exists. Thanks, Jeff Goldblum.
No, I think it's interesting, though, that Sneakerella is told from a guy's perspective. So Sneakerella is a guy.
Right.
And so I'm curious to... obviously I'm going to watch it.
What?
You know, I know. I pretty much watch anything that's on Disney Plus. So, all right. So let's move on to Marvel.
Woohoo.
So, released on that day was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So now you don't have to watch it with Premiere Access.
You can watch it for free.
And you should watch it for Morris. And Morris is I have a stuffed Morris on my night table, and every night I hug him and tell him I love him. All right, and then they had a little
oh my lord, like
show
so
or
much
little episode, like it was only 14 minutes, but they gave us so much in that 14 minutes. They kind of basically reviewed all the shows that have come out already.
Yeah.
Then they gave us a clip from Hawkeye. Let's see. Two Tiny Wink says we watched it a second time, and it was just so good, right? And Morris.
Apparently. And then some days you hug his butt, and some days you hug his front.
I know. Yeah, you
just don't really know.
You never know what you're doing. What did you think of the Hawkeye? Clip.
The more I see of it, the more I'm excited. Like, I can't wait for next week. It will get 2 episodes next week. Next week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot when it's airing, but
24th is when they're and they keep pushing
Wednesday.
Watch the first 2 episodes. I'm hoping that means the 3rd episode is the next week, and it's not like watch the first 2 episodes. We're skipping a week.
Yes.
Yeah, I always liked Hawkeye, even from when he was first introduced way back when. So I'm looking forward to it, especially considering the ending of Black Widow. I'm excited to know where everything goes.
Yeah. Yes.
I just
excited.
The car chase scene that that was the clip, right? I'm trying to see a lot of clips, so I can't remember which ones were where. But I'm pretty sure that one featured the car chase scene where they're in the car, and it's almost like a one shot.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I'm watching this going like, how do they film this?
I know.
Like, where are the cut points? And like how?
Right.
So
and I like Haley Steinfeld.
I've only seen her in Pitch Perfect 2 and Bumblebee. I liked her in Bumblebee. I liked Bumblebee.
Yeah, Bumblebee was a good movie.
I only saw her in True Grit, and we're going back a while now. Yeah, so I know she was pretty new then, but even at her age, she was really, really great. So
I'm still reeling from the fact that you said True Grit was a while ago.
Wait. Unfortunately.
How long ago was that?
Let's see. When did True Grit come out? Let's see. It wasn't a remake or reimagining.
No. This is the new
the quote unquote
the Josh Brolin.
2010.
Oh my god.
That counts as a while ago. We're over it. We're just over a decade.
What?
Yeah.
Since that came out. Which, if you haven't seen it, watch it. She's really good at. It's a great cast.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how many.
Watch that again.
Like you just think about it. Like there's so many actors and
I guess it's been a decade since I've seen it.
Like so essentially, so she's in it, and she's obviously way younger. It's 11 years ago.
I forgot she's in it.
Yeah, she's in it, and Josh Brolin's in it. So Thanos is in it. Obviously, long before Thanos. Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Bridges is in it. Yes, Jeff Bridges is in it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think any other like Marvel / any other like
Marvel?
actors, that are like now that have now been. I think that's all I can think of.
That's all I remember.
It's
been a decade.
It's been a decade.
Right.
And it's a really great Western if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the original. I mean, I think my dad. I watched it with my dad.
Yeah.
I like Westerns. Well, I dig Westerns.
Right. So do I. And I love Frontierland, so it works
out. Which,
all right.
Our niece Cassiana is in love with the shooting gallery in Disneyland.
Oh, really?
Then I have been itching to do that again because, well, the last time I was there, which was just before I went out of state about a month ago, and it was open, but it was just packed. I would have had to stand there and wait.
It's funny how packed that thing is all the time.
Yeah, and then before then it was closed. Obviously because
it was open when they reopened. It was open, and then it was like free for a while.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, when it was still like trickles of people in the parks. But yeah, it was like free.
I'm obsessed, so I need to take advantage of that on
There you go. I mean,
we
passed by it. She's gonna want to like. She obviously she doesn't like. She just likes seeing it and like, holding the gun.
I have a whole like Disneyland Starbucks cup full of quarters and loose change. So I need to make sure I bring a bunch of that with me for that.
There you go. You'll be her new favorite.
Yeah.
All right. So then they showed us some clips from some of the ones that are coming out soon. So Moon Knight, we saw Poe Dameron, what's his name?
Oscar Isaac.
His name? What?
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac, yes, thank you. As Moon Knight, we saw him as that, and it looks like it's going to be more kind of like psychologically, like more like a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
She-Hulk, very interesting seeing her green arms.
I mean, they showed, like, obviously we can see her in that kind of like purple white look.
Yes.
But then she's getting out of like a limo in a dress, and you see that she's in green. So she's not like hiding that she's green from the public. So it's interesting.
She doesn't hide herself in public.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see what how that plays, because it's like even the title card.
Yes.
Looks like a lawyery show from like the 90s. Right.
I'm really hoping for an Ally McBeal-ish kind of thing.
That's what it feels like. I feel like it feels like, but I'm curious because they don't show obviously the full She-Hulk, but Tatiana Maslany is not like, she's short. Like that's when you see her compared to like Hulk. I mean, obviously everyone is, but I'm like I wonder if it's gonna be, what's it gonna look like. Is she gonna be like bigger? Is it gonna be someone else playing the She-Hulk version? Are they gonna like 70s Hulk this and have like two people playing?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see what they do.
It's like, here's Tatiana Maslany as Jessica. Right. Here is Gwendolyn. What's her name? Christy?
Oh,
Game of Thrones as She-Hulk.
Yeah. And then they showed Ms. Marvel. Now, I've heard that they are redoing her powers. Her powers are going to be different. That she creates, like, constructs instead of embiggens. Which I'm kind of, like, bummed about, because it's like, now you're just reinventing the character.
I feel like, are we, is that speculation because of effects, or is it?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
This is a rumor.
Because I can see when if someone's just not looking at raw footage or whatever, they're using something. Because she stretches and whatever, it's maybe just.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she's gonna be Green Lantern.
Yeah, I don't
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Marvel's going to drastically change a character, especially a character that's as important as Ms. Marvel.
That's what I'm hoping.
Right? Like, I can see them going, like, it looks like he's just making, like, constructs or whatever. Maybe that's just, like, that's what it looks like.
Right.
But her power is still the same.
Right.
Like, have you seen finished actual footage of the power?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Wait and see.
Yeah.
You know, because so far, they haven't really changed too much of any of their characters. The essences are pretty there.
The feel of what I'm seeing feels very much like the comic. So that's why, you know, I mean, I'm sure that whatever they do, it's going to be great. So,
right.
You know, in Marvel, we trust, as the kids like to say.
Yeah, because I mean, like, she has to say the word in Biggin.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. It's
and like, and also, like, she's a big part of Spidey and his amazing friends, and that is her power. Like, so if you want kids to watch this, they want to see what they know of who Miss Marvel is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't buy that they're drastically going to change her power set.
You know, they added the word "Biggin" to the dictionary.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. See, you can't know. She's got to,
exactly.
You know, minor things here, there.
That's what I'm saying. She has to have that Biggin power.
You know, if you add powers, I don't mind. But, like, their main power of being, like, it's not necessarily stretchy.
Yeah.
She unbiggins.
Yeah.
So that's how you describe it.
All right, and so then they came out with a bunch of titles that we've either heard about or were getting confirmed or we haven't heard about. So Agatha, House of Harkness, we had heard a little bit about it, but this is the confirmation that we are getting an Agatha series. Secret Invasion, we've known about. Armor Wars, we've known about. Echo, which is going to be a spin-off of Hawkeye. So that's a new one. Ironheart, we've known about. Marvel Zombies is a new one.
Not know about.
Yeah, we did not know about that one. Loki 2. Loki Season 2. What If Season 2? We didn't know that there was going to be a second season. X-Men Animated 97.
This is where I feel like I'm a Hasbro guy, you know. Everyone, like, I collect all those things. Like, I have Bat Galactus, and then during HasbroCon, PulseCon, whatever, they featured the creators of the animated series introducing the animated figures of Wolverine and Jubilee.
Mm-hmm.
And then a month later, they're like, surprise, we're continuing not just the X-Men, but the 90s X-Men series. And they're not showrunning, but they're like producers on it. So it's like, what? Right. And a lot of the cast is coming back. So I'm excited to see where they go and what kind of stories they do. But also, are they going to update the look at all? Or is it going to keep it 2D animation? Like, I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
Going to keep it 2D.
Yeah, like, I hope they don't do the, like, CG versions of it.
Like where it's animated. It's meant to. It's like the CG 2D animated, which is. Doesn't work for
Night Alley and Pete.
Good night.
Nighty night.
Like, if it's like Paperman, which is like a really awesome computer generated 2D short, I can buy that. I just want to hear Gambit say Sherry and Rogue sound like a total stereotypical Southern belle. And I want Jubilee to still be in the 80s.
Right.
Bubblegum hair, bubblegum and pink and all those kind of things. And then I just want to hear Wolverine say bub.
Bub. Yeah.
And Xavier in his weird hover chair thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I can't remember, but did Hugh Jackman's character ever play Bub?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just
Okay,
thought, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not like
I feel like you couldn't have that character without
Not a lot.
Bub.
they did it like a here it is,
Tongue-in-cheek.
he said it, and then that's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I only recall him saying it once,
Yeah.
maybe in the first one, like
Yeah.
when he comes back when he's fighting Sabretooth.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, Bub, hey, Bub, I'm not finished with you yet." That's
Yeah,
the only time I can remember.
That's it. That's all we got.
Right.
So
All right. Well, they also let us know about a series called I Am Groot. We also got Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. We knew about that one.
The Guardians are my favorite, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really hoping they camp that one up. I think that would be.
have you seen Inferno, that dance video that they did, like a couple years ago? The Disco Inferno dance video.
Oh, yes,
That's right. It was wonderful.
Yes.
I feel like they're gonna there's a reason why they call it the holiday special.
Yeah.
It's called that for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah. So I am trusting that James Gunn is gonna camp it.
Yeah. Going with what you said earlier, like what the kids say, in Marvel we trust. For me, it's in James Gunn we trust.
James Gunn always knows the assignment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very clear. Like even recently, if you saw, he posted on his Instagram of him and the cast of Volume 3.
Yeah.
Like I literally teared up when I saw that. I got super ultra happy. It's like, oh, I'm so happy because I have a huge love for the Guardians, so I'm super excited, especially for the campiness that's going to be the holiday special.
Yes.
All right. And then the final thing was Spider-Man Freshman Year,
Which is also new.
Series.
A new series that they announced.
Yeah. So much goodness from Marvel. So excited.
And then there's Lucasfilm.
All right, now Lucasfilm. So they did release Under the Helmet: Legacy of Boba Fett, which I enjoyed. I thought that was.
I did. I think the best part of it was like they highlighted all the people who played Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I thought that was really good. And then Scooby.
Nope.
Coming soon, they had a little short of
pun intended.
Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meeting all the younger cast members.
Which was
of
wonderful.
Willow, I should say.
Yeah, Willow.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Speaking of which, it was pretty much like a little skit from, so back in the early 2000s, Warwick Davis and Ricky Gervais did a mini series on HBO called Life's Too Short. It is more on the mature side, but it's essentially them like a crew, like it's like, imagine like the Office, where it's like kind of like a documentary type thing where there's obviously like a camera crew following them around. It's pretty much following Warwick Davis's life as as an actor. So it was pretty much that. So if you liked the Willow cast thing, be sure to check that out. Like it's really great.
Okay.
And I'm excited about. I grew up on Willow, so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, I still need to watch it.
It's on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's it's on Disney Plus. So if you haven't seen Willow yet, check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen it like a long
just
time
been a while.
ago, but it's
been a while,
like forever.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even tell you what it was about anymore.
But I really liked that. What's fun is that you feel that the cast is fun.
Yeah.
Right. And to correct Thom and how Warwick Davis has pronounced.
That's right.
Finally settled how
right.
to pronounce his name.
Yeah, he was very.
Just get rid of the W. Orwick?
No.
The second W. So Warwick Davis. So that's how I pronounce his name.
All right. We also got an Obi-Wan Kenobi featurette.
Sure.
And yeah, I
No
mean,
big deal,
we're all
right?
hoping for a trailer.
I mean, there was so much that was rumored to be released from Lucasfilm that if you look at this list compared to Disney and Marvel, like there's nothing that we got really. I mean, sure, we got Ewan talking about being Obi-Wan, and we saw some concept art, which is cool, but like
but it wasn't a trailer.
Nothing new here that came out. That's the thing. Like there's supposed to be an announcement of another live action show, another animated series. Andor has been filming forever. Boba Fett. Like I understand Book of Boba Fett's coming out.
We didn't get anything from Andor.
Yeah, we pretty much got just like tidbits of info from stuff we already knew they were working on.
Like, are they saving all of it for Celebration? I'm hoping they're saving a lot of it for Celebration.
I mean, I'm always in favor of waiting to announce things until you're pretty much done with them, instead of like, oh yeah, we're working on this. It's not coming out for
I would have preferred that they I get that they want to be secretive, but I think they're too secretive.
Yeah.
And they need, I feel like Lucasfilm and the Star Wars franchise needs good things to happen, because there's so many things that are like, they just announced that, Rogue Squadron is going to be pushed back.
Yeah.
And it's a common tale. It's like all these things, like we haven't heard about anything about the Rangers of the New Republic. That's gone, who knows. We haven't heard anything about Lando.
Yeah, we need to.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about Lando.
Yeah,
moving forward, and really quickly, Clipper and Kitten. There's a lot of stuff. So, just take your time. I would say.
Yeah. It's like, stop going like, hey, we have a cool idea, let's like announce it to the world. It's like,
right,
we are like,
here's
once
a logo.
like not even pre-production, be like, there's a cast and we are in production, like then announce it, be like, here we go.
I mean, if I was shooting a thing Star Wars, but this is if I had any kind of control, I would at least request like okay, we're gonna wrap filming like next week. Let's announce this. I mean
maybe not that far, but like
further
than just an idea.
Weirdo,
you know what I mean? Like we have a script. Here we go.
Yeah,
hold to something. Like Marvel has said they're doing all this stuff, but they're holding to it.
Yeah,
and we're getting we just get like even bits and pieces of things. Right. But with Star Wars, for some reason, with Lucasfilm, we're just not getting a lot of stuff, and it's frustrating as a Star Wars fan to, see what they're doing over at Marvel, and then look at Star Wars and say, what the heck?
Yeah, Star Wars is like, hey, we're maybe making this, and Marvel's going like, we got Hawkeye, Moon Knight. Here's Moon Knight. Here's
here's all this stuff that we're working on.
Here's She-Hulk's leg
in production. You know what it feels like, Star Wars, and as far as like we're talking about like announcements, it feels like it's 1313 all over again.
Yeah,
where it's like we have this really cool thing that we're working on. Maybe we'll show you some stuff, and then it just kind of falls off the map for a while, if not, because I completely forgot about the Lando thing,
right?
And I forgot about the Cassian Andor thing too, up until we were about
out of all the new one, like besides Mandalorian, we saw stuff about Andor, probably the most, and there's nothing about Andor.
Yeah, nothing. Like they could have shown us something.
Like I feel we've seen like so many sizzle reels of like we're using real sets and all these kind of things, and like this time they're like and nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they just don't know how to
market themselves.
Like,
come on, man, you guys are Star Wars, but you can't. Like, there's so much like bad, not blood, but like bad. Yeah, you know, all the things going wrong. Like, you need to highlight things that are going right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, like you need. You're like the fans are losing confidence in Chancellor Valorum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, I kind of want to get through this so that we can go into the. We still have a lot of other things to talk about.
Yeah.
So, Book of Boba Fett coming out, Mandalorian season 3. Then with National Geographic and Hulu, Get Back is the Beatles documentary.
Which I've been waiting for a very long time. I feel like.
Yeah, my mom is super excited about that.
I'm sure.
Prey, which I'm not sure.
Prey is the Predator prequels series.
Oh, okay. And
wait,
that's going to be on Hulu?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically I forget how far in the past it goes, but yeah, it's a Predator prequel. I can't remember if it's a series or a movie.
Yeah,
I think it's a series.
Well, I mean, when it comes to that, I mean, I think I again, it's something I forgot. Like I think I saw a poster for it. Mm-hmm. Like it showed a woman, I think, kind of native looking, holding I think like a bow and arrow, and then you see kind of like the silhouette of the actual creature in the back, and I saw the Prey, but it's in the Predator font. I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. Then I forgot about it, and then I was like, I'm let's see, cautiously optimistic, more cautious, considering
how they've treated both Alien and Predator franchises.
How they've treated, like, essentially, like, I still have some of my younger friends who never saw like Alien or any of the Alien movies or Predator movies. I'm like, they're like, which one should we watch? There's so many. I'm like, just watch Predator. Just watch the one. Maybe watch the second one if you feel like it, but it's kind
of after
that, just cut it off. And they're like, there's so many Alien
and
movies.
The same with Alien.
Yeah, I'm like, just watch
1
and
Alien
2 and Aliens. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So
the rest,
we'll see.
Play the video game. Play the shooting.
Game. Play the games.
Yeah,
there you go.
Not all the games, just the shooting
Not all
game.
Of them.
That arcade game.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 more: Will Smith, Welcome to Earth, and Limitless with Chris Hemsworth. So that's everything that came out for Disney Plus Day. Pretty good day. Lots of fun. I think Marvel won.
Yeah, by far.
I mean,
as usual.
Yeah.
Right. So
Marvel has this stuff down to a science now.
Yeah.
They tease just enough of Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, and She-Hulk that you're just like, ah.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, okay, I'm ready now. So it's good.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about Toontown.
Yay!
Smile, darn ya, smile. All right, well, as we know, Disneyland is getting ready to have Runaway Railway at the El Capitan Theater in Toontown, and they are kind of reimagining Toontown. The first time that they're gonna tackled this land in a while.
Ever.
They're creating a what is it?
Centennial Park.
Area where kids can play, and that'll be interesting to see what they do. There's supposed to be some grassy area, but I don't know if that's going to be actual grass or
I'd imagine it's AstroTurf.
Yeah,
it's going to be like playground grass because one, it's easier to maintain, and
right.
They can wash it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's what I would imagine.
And that area looks pretty much like a big tree, and it's supposed to be inspired by the tree that Walt would sit under in his youth, dreaming up everything. But then the roots will kind of creep up, these big roots, and then children can play around it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see what that all looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm also hoping that I don't think they announced this. I hope they bring back the trolley.
I know. I would love.
It's been out of commission for so long. I remember riding it back when that was a wee lad.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember. I feel like there was something about the trolley. I can't remember what it is.
Like I know why they shut it down, but advancements have improved since then. So I'm pretty sure there's a way for them to make it much safer.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
because there were probably like little kids running in front of it, and
I post.
It's fine.
Just there are ways to make it safe.
Kids are resilient.
Yeah. Have you seen kids? They fall, they'll bounce right back up and they're fine.
I'm so envious every time Cassiana falls and then just bounces up. She's like
versus us. If we sleep a little weird, we're out of commission for at least 2 days.
Yeah, if I sit in this chair too long and I get up, I'm like, why? That's why I was looking at some Disney blog that was saying like, why are they doing this? Like, who cares? I'm like, clearly you've never been with a toddler inside of a park. Like, like my niece, our niece, will spend more time. Like when we went to Universal, they have a couple like playground areas, and she will run around that place like there's no tomorrow. And if we try to take her from it, she gets upset. So I understand totally.
When they had that Curious George area at Universal Studios, you remember that area?
Yeah.
They could spend all day long there.
Yeah.
And, it'd be like,
we've just been like, I guess we'll have lunch now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm looking forward to it.
I think a lot of the things that they want to look like it's actually lived in by the by the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what it looks like now it's kind of like that. Imagine like what they thought the Toontown would be from the mythology of the 90s, right? But now there's kind of like, let's make it actually look like a Toontown. Like Mickey lives here.
Yeah.
Right? So
I'm just hoping
it just felt
that
like it was an abandoned Toontown that us humans were just kind of taking over.
Right.
Yeah, right.
They haven't talked about the Roger Rabbit stuff.
But it looked like there's something else there. So maybe they're rebranding that area. I don't know.
Maybe, but I'm hoping they'll still have the ride.
Something. I'm sure they'll still have the ride.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll just make it more, because if we're gonna really reimagine the whole area, maybe it's just because they're just reimagining that building or something.
Because they didn't talk about gadgets either, but you could see it in the concept art.
And I feel like
like
Goofy's home and Donald's home, I don't think are there. Like, not as is not there anymore.
Yeah.
But I know they're gonna have houses. I just wonder what it's gonna be.
I mean, I shared a meme with you guys of when they announced that Toontown's gonna get a makeover, and they're gonna be closed for a little while. But I mean, that was it was kind of tongue in cheek, but if you think about it, as far as order of what has gone the longest without any kind of update or anything, Toontown has never gotten an update like ever since it
Yeah.
opened.
No.
Versus, I mean, yes, I mean, I think feel like we all want Tomorrowland to finally get a good, high quality upgrade, but
It's never gonna happen.
technically it did about not I mean, yeah, 20 years
It
ago
did. Then got a revert.
it did, it did, and they're like, so
Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
know they
versus
kind of skimped out on it.
yeah, but versus Toontown, which never ever, it's more or less, and when I say the same, it's actually been less because they've been taking things away.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
feel like an update to Toontown is good, and it could probably serve as good practice for them to finally tackle the insane task of updating Tomorrowland.
Right.
Which
There's the thing,
is
like about
a thing out in and
Tomorrowland.
of
Like,
itself.
are they going to? Because then where does Disney Forward fall in?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to concentrate on after this? Because like obviously this is all because they want Mickey's Runaway Railway to blend into Toontown, right?
Yeah,
Which it
and it
would
makes
not
sense.
have done.
No.
That's why I was wondering, like, how's it gonna fit? Like, Toontown looks so tacky,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you have like whatever there is gonna look like the front of it. I'm assuming it's not gonna be like the one in Hollywood Studios where it's the Chinese theater.
No.
It's gonna. I wonder if it's gonna like look like the El Capitan.
Yeah. I think they. You know where the gas station is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, that's going to be the entrance.
Huh. Okay.
I definitely want to, when I go there, go check out Toontown because they've got a bunch of walls up with art and things like that.
There's a giant building that's not there.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting some good video and photos of it before it closes next year.
Yarp.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Well, I mean, we're gonna probably be there a little bit because
Yeah.
I have again.
Yeah.
We have Cassiano with us, so
Right.
I wanted to have a little bit of fun.
Right. All right. Anything else you want to talk about with Toontown? Am I missing something?
No, I mean, no. I think
Yeah.
we've all agreed that it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for what I'm super excited about, and this is Spider-Man.
Red Panda.
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Does whatever a spider can. Oh my God, guys!
We saw it.
I,
We saw the trailer last night and in front of Ghostbusters.
oh,
Yeah.
did you?
Yeah.
Were
I was
people
hoping
cheering?
it was like a weird Tom Holland double feature trailer because it was
Yeah,
also
like, yeah.
Uncharted, and then it was
And then it was that, like,
and then
I
it
think I
was
said
Spider-Man.
something. I was like, "Wow, lots of Tom tonight."
Yeah,
All I know is that I was like this the entire time. But
Yeah.
I had to watch it a couple times. Like I have a 40 something, a 40 or 50-inch screen TV, and like I watched it from afar, and then I replayed it, and like literally, I'm like up to it, going like, what's going on in every single scene?
I know. I was and then of course I watched all of the like Easter, the videos about Easter
Oh yeah,
eggs and all that.
everyone like
every
dissecting
Easter
it.
egg. Yeah,
Did you see the one where the guy slowed it down?
the lizard part.
Huh?
Oh yeah,
With
Yes,
the portal.
the portal.
When I guess Peter steals something from Doctor Strange, that box thing.
Right.
And Doctor Strange pulls him off of the building. And apparently, like, this portal opens. And if you slow it down the film,
Oh,
you see something shooting a web and grabbing Peter's foot.
I think it's him. If you ever played the game, well, you probably never played the game Portal, but he pretty much opened 2 portals. So wherever Peter was going.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know.
Because someone did a white, like the same shot, but it was like a wider shot, and people were like, "Oh, look, you can see where it's like what he did, what Doctor Strange did was open a portal so that he hits himself or something." Yeah.
Oh,
kind of like Blink from X-Men.
Right. Now, because people are trying to say that it
I know people are
it's one of the other two.
It's one of the other two. Like there's a shot of the lizard.
Being kicked by something that you can't see.
By invisible
force.
That
you can't see.
That I'm positive, because they've done it before. Like in the Endgame, they repainted Hulk, right? So it doesn't surprise me that there are things missing from this trailer, and there's a lot of misdirects.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure they're throwing some fast ones in there for us.
Yeah, I'm sure that they are.
Like, I'm not entirely sure that the black costume Spider-Man is Tom Holland, or or the MCU version of Spider-Man.
Interesting.
Right. So, I don't know. I feel like there's so many questions. So much to but so many reveals that we got, right?
Yeah, I don't know why the most exciting thing to me though was seeing Electro's new look.
I went crazy. Well, first I was like, oh, finally he's got the yellow kind of motif, not blue.
Yeah.
And then those moments where his electricity goes and you see the star shape thing.
The star shape. I
was like, oh my god, they figured out how to do it.
I was like, that's it.
That's Electro.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
So, that was. It was like I watched that scene over and over again. That just that few seconds of that star forming over his face, and that was so exciting for me.
But yeah, I mean, we got I'm now wondering if it's Thomas Hayden Church reprising his role as Sandman, or if he's just going to be in CG whatever form, and we'll never actually see Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Same thing with Lizard. Is it going to be the guy who plays him? I can never remember his name.
Yeah, I forget his name.
But yeah, and obviously we know for sure Willem Dafoe is at least lending his voice to the Goblin.
I got excited hearing that.
When you hear him talk, I'm like, that's Willem Dafoe.
That's totally Willem.
It's I just feel like it's gonna be them. It's gonna be all of them. I mean, how could they have Jamie Foxx, Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina,
right,
and not have Thomas Hayden Church?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
And the other guy.
I mean, there was a shot also of another Goblin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So is that James Franco, or is that who is problematic?
Right.
He's got some stuff going on.
That's an understatement.
So maybe get his brother. Or is it the one from the Amazing Spider-Man verse, the Garfield verse?
Right.
Which I can't remember who his name is.
Dane something.
Because I couldn't tell. It was very quick, and it could have been either, I think, because the way they had it. So I wonder who that is. Then there's some rumors or theories that it's Ned. That Ned becomes the Goblin or Hobgoblin.
Yeah, true. I mean, who knows? It could be somebody from an entirely different universe. So,
evil Ned.
We're getting closer to the multiverse of madness here.
Dude, it's a month away.
Yeah.
And we'll see this. So, I am excited. Beyond
I love
excited.
that part where they're like, "What's your name?" Dr. Otto Octavius.
Laugh at him.
No, really, what is your name?
Yeah, I was watching some channels video about that. They're doing a live reaction, and they were like, then the part came up, and they're like, what's that? That doesn't belong here. I'm like, Do you not know
Why?
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Do you not know that universe?
Yeah, I know that.
Like, if
that
anything, that totally fits in for who they are.
That fits. That's like very appropriate.
And then I turned off that video, so I was like, nope. I don't care what you guys have to think. I'm like, you guys obviously do not know Spider-Man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So much God, that it was so good. It was just so good. And I don't know, anything else that anybody noticed in the trailer?
I saw a couple of, just like, the same people that are kind of like really analyzing like almost every frame.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw a couple of people, comments here and there, have a theory that Miles is in there too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I mean, that'd be great. I mean, I've already talked to Rich about this on our own. Like, I mean, I love Peter, don't get me wrong, but I mean, and this is just from my limited Wikipedia and YouTube research. Mm-hmm. Well, and also Into the Spider-Verse as well. I mean, I love Miles. So but I'm sure, I mean, especially considering in Avengers Campus, like there's literally graffiti that says Miles on it. I know for certain we will be getting him at some point. So
I mean, you can reskin that android looking flippy bot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, easily.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, maybe he is one of the things in it. Mm-hmm.
I remember when they first created, when Bendis first created Miles Morales, and people were complaining.
Of course they were.
Oh, they're just trying to be diverse, trying to blah blah. I hate when people say things like that.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And but it's like he created a compelling character.
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
People love him.
Yeah,
people do love Miles Morales.
He's different. The thing is, like, he's not Peter Parker. He's Miles Morales. So it's not like they replaced my childhood. Like, no. Yeah. They added.
No, we just have a different, like, it's, ugh.
Yeah.
Right?
We could have a rant just on all that alone.
Exactly. Speaking of which, we forgot to mention during the Marvel stuff, the Secret Invasion, we got to see Sam Jackson.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, with the eye.
Yeah,
with the eye and the grizzled, like, beard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, what's he been up to?
Yeah, he's been up to something.
Yeah. But, because that's another character. That character was actually, like, Nick Fury was either David Hasselhoff or then they reimagined him as Sam Jackson. Literally. Right. Sam Jackson.
Right.
Right. Like, that's fine. That worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's fine. It's fine.
If it's done right, it's fine. Like, that's it.
It's fine.
It's fine, people. No one's taking your childhood away.
Oh, no. Nobody is.
Use the comics where it's just Peter Parker as Spider-Man.
They still exist.
Yep.
Tobey Maguire is still alive.
Exactly.
And even the same thing. I think the same things are done with almost any fandom, like, especially huge, like even like Star Wars. Like, even of the people that quote unquote hate the Star Wars sequels, like, it ruined. No, it didn't. Even I love the third one leaves something to be desired, but there's still cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it didn't ruin anything. Like, the original trilogy is still there. The prequels are still there. Clone Wars is still there.
Yeah, I don't watch A New Hope being like, A New Hope.
Yeah. Like, it's ruined the prequels. Like, no.
Like, that's not how this works. No. Or like, they got rid of all the books and stuff. I'm like, no, I have them. I have the books. Yeah, they still exist. They didn't get blipped out of existence. Like, Thanos, this, and no more Star Wars books.
Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much, even though I don't like Rise of Skywalker pretty much at all, it didn't ruin anything at all. I just
didn't even ruin that trilogy. I'm just like, I liked 1 and 2, like the first 2. I liked parts of 3, so I can still watch it and just be like, all right, this part I don't like.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's just like I just pretend that it kind of ended, after Last Jedi, and then the continuation of that is going to Galaxy's Edge.
There you go. Or even like not like when I watch like the prequels, I kind of skip over all the frolicking in the pasture scenes with Anakin and Padme. So I'm like, this is still fun. This part not so much, but whatever.
Yeah, I have a new, because I was one of those people that just hated the prequels like with the passion, and then kind of recently my girlfriend and I were like, let's watch the prequels, and like you just it's
in
not
context,
yeah, just like we had fun. They're like
they're fun.
They're not Citizen Kane. Like they're not meant to be. Star Wars isn't meant to be masterpieces in filmmaking, though, in my humble opinion.
At the end of the day, they're
that,
kid shows.
Yeah, so. It's just have fun. Everyone needs to calm down, just have fun.
I mean, like all the Marvel movies, people who are like complaining about, I'm like, at the end of the day, these are based on comic books. We're not. This is not based on War and Peace. This is not. Yeah, right. We're not going and like trying to make literary masterpieces here. These are based on comic books where someone will die 8,000 times and come back. Right. This is a world where Batman and Superman have been around for decades and still look like they're in their 30s, unless you're Zack Snyder and you're like, here's Ben Affleck. Like. They're still made for kids. That's why that's one of the reasons why I don't like the Snyderverse. It's not made for kids. Obviously, because they're like, here's the rated R version you always wanted. Who is this we? It wasn't me.
Just awkwardly throwing an F-bomb.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
Like kids running out to be Superman so we can be all emo.
Yeah.
I just remember the tweet a while ago. It was, I know I've mentioned this to you, like Warner Brothers doesn't know how to make Superman relatable, and the response was that just make him nice.
Yeah. Literally, that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
Superman, Clark Kent is this nice.
Yeah.
It's just all you have to do is look at Captain America.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Look at Cap.
Just look at Captain America.
Yeah.
And you can figure out how to make a character that is supposed to be wholesome and good and and doesn't have to be emo, but can have its emo moments.
Yeah. He's still human.
Like even in their darkest times, he's like, I'm gonna go hold this powwow session with some people who are traumatized and talk about hope.
Right.
Which is one of my favorite moments. Like I wanted to cry when we saw that in theaters. Like of course he would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just such a. I mean, like you just look at a lot of Marvel is doing so much good DC stuff.
Yeah.
It's like Richard and I were talking about
the Eternals.
on the Eternals and how they had that whole fight
between Wonder Woman, the Flash, and Superman,
Green Lantern.
Awesome.
All of them fighting.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I was just sitting there going, my God, this would have been great if it was a Justice League.
Yeah.
Yes. I was thinking that going like, they can do this movie where the Justice League are fighting each other and make it make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're even talking, because, a lot of people, like Eternals wasn't my favorite, but it's still better than what DC has been.
I will watch Eternals forever before I'll be like, you know what I want to watch? That 4-hour Justice League movie.
I just
rated R Justice League movie.
Yeah, it's just like
with a lot of slow motion.
Yeah, too much slow mo, and just like all like pretty much all the DC stuff, the DC DCEU stuff. If my automatic reaction to watching any of those movies is to do this, then I'm sorry, you lost me. And Eternals, even though it's not the greatest, I would never do that. I would still watch it. Like even with its
Eternals, yeah.
flaws.
I mean, like, again, I feel like people need to be are losing the fact that these are still comic movies. And comic movies, you have to realize, not every single issue of a comic book is going to be the issue. Like, the Eternals feels like the first issue of an ongoing series, where you're just like, all right, we know who they are.
Exactly.
Doesn't get good till later. That's why
it's fine.
I'm like, I get it. People are just used to all these like action and whatever. Like, this is a little more cerebral, and it does. I mean, if you look at the impact of what it means on the universe, it's huge.
Yeah, it's massive.
I
mean,
because I mean they introduced so many, not only characters, but concepts.
Yeah,
like you had to know, what is a celestial, what are deviants, what are Eternals. Why didn't they what were they doing the entire time, and what is their mission, and all of this stuff. And it's hard to comprehend, and then develop the characters at the same time,
with the limited amount of time.
2020 has, and then parts of 2019 is basically like the teaser for what Phase 4 is. Like, everything from WandaVision to, I'm assuming, Spider-Man, is just opening up what Phase 4 is. And then we're going to get all the other Disney Plus shows, and all the other movies. Blade.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a good comparison, like what we're talking about Eternals, would be, I mean, not a direct comparison, obviously, would be comparing, the first Captain America movie to then, we see a little bit more of him in Avengers, and then especially Winter Soldier. Like, the first Captain America, I like a lot. Yeah. But compared to how much they grew his character to the point where he's pretty much everyone's favorite. I mean, for the most part. I mean, he's like, for me, it's like the Guardians, and then it's Cap, and then it's Bruce, and then it goes from there. So just like the Eternals it's just a starting point. Just like Cap was in the very beginning. We're like, yeah, he's cool, but we want to see more. We're gonna get more of them, and most likely we're gonna fall in love with them as time goes on.
Exactly.
So we just need to be patient, because I feel like Cap is a decent example of that, like where you're just like, yeah, it was all right, and especially when it comes up to the second one, and then the third one, and then more Avengers, like, you fall in love with them. I feel like the same thing's going to happen with the Eternals as more time goes on.
Right.
Yeah. It's just going to open up the possibilities to more than just Earth. So, and including Earth and Galactus. So I want to see. I just want to see Galactus on screen. I paid $400 or whatever for a big figure. Let it pay off.
Yeah.
I want to proudly present him behind me and be like, he's part of the MCU. And yes, he's eating planets. And he's not cloudy. And here are the heralds.
Right.
And here is Galactus eating the head off a Celestial. I just want to see it. And then, out of nowhere, Wolverine just like flies with his claws out and says, "Bub," and that's it.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we finish this thing, did either of you see the Turning Red trailer?
No, I saw like that it came out.
Yeah,
But I haven't had a
it's pretty
chance to
good.
watch it.
It was better than I think the first one,
No.
and it kind of explained a little bit more.
Yeah.
That this little girl's family, they have a connection to the red panda, and that every so often this happens where they'll turn into a red panda, and
Because of course.
so
And I'm all for it.
yeah, so it'll be interesting. It looks really cute. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, what else I'm looking forward to next week? I think it's next week.
Encanto.
Encanto is coming
I
out.
know.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It comes out on Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see it because I'm busy. I mean, obviously it's Thanksgiving weekend. I'm going to Comic-Con on Friday.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's right.
Sounds so weird to me that I'm going to Comic-Con.
It's so crazy that they decided to have it Thanksgiving weekend of all times.
It's not sold out. And so I think they're just testing the waters on they knew it would be a weekend where not everyone's in a rush to go to it. Right? Because I saw the floor plan and the program guide, and it literally seems like it's Comic-Con from 2004.
Really?
Marvel, the MCU does not exist. All the superhero resurgence does not exist. Your grandmother wearing a Captain America shirt does not exist. This is back before it became cool to be a geek.
Right.
Back when we were still made fun of for all this stuff.
Yeah. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to. I have tickets all 3 days, obviously, but I'm only going to go Friday and see what that's like. Because I even think the hall is smaller.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to film it.
Yeah, I'm going to take some footage. But because I'm then going to Disneyland on the day after, and then Sunday I might go back.
Wow.
So we'll see. But yeah, so I don't know when they're going to be able to see it, so maybe the week after.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have fun. Okay. Well, that's it. Anything else that you guys wanted to talk about?
Yeah, let me rant about Star Wars more.
Yeah. We'll stay on for another 5 hours ranting about Star Wars.
I know. Exactly.
But yet I still love it.
We could go on and on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit that bell for notifications, and do like this post. Thank you so much again for joining us, and we will see you later.
All right.
Ta.
Ta-ta.